Hello there everyone, my name is Emilio, welcome to my channel, and today is a special Blu-ray 4K physical media haul, and that's what I mostly do on this channel, or that's what I've been doing for the past few months or whatever. And today is very special because this is going to be my first time ever making a Criterion themed video. Right now it is July, and every year during July or during November, Barnes & Noble does a special sale on the Criterion collection, and of course you probably know this because if you're a fan of physical media and you're watching this video, you know this. But anyways, today I decided to go out and splurge a little bit and buy some movies on the Criterion collection. Some of these are blind buys, they're movies I've never seen before. Some of them are films I have seen before, and I just love them so much I wanted to buy them on 4K. And these are all 4Ks, by the way. But let me start with the first movie that I'm going to show you, and this is a blind buy, and this is Hell's Angels, which is directed by Howard Hughes, who is a very famous aviator, but was also a very famous filmmaker. I've never seen this movie before, but this movie is, it's a part of film history. There's the actress in this movie. I've never seen this actress in movies before, but she is a film icon. The actress's name is Jean Harlow. This was her first movie. And yeah, also one thing that I gotta say that this movie is, even though this movie is old, this movie is almost 100 years old. It came out in 1930. This movie actually filmed real dogfight sequences. Like they didn't shoot, basically when this movie was being made and when it was being shot, they were shooting the scenes practically, as in when it came to filming the dogfight sequences that are in this movie, they were shot entirely on film. They had cinematographers, cameramen go on these planes and film these amazing battle scenes. So it's going to be really interesting watching a movie like this. Yes, sometimes I'm a person who's grown up watching modern movies. Sometimes it's hard for me to watch older films, I ain't gonna lie. But it's really fun to watch an older film that is just groundbreaking, also ahead of its time. And, if this movie were made today, they would just use a bunch of CGI to do a bunch of airplane scenes. Now with AI becoming a big deal in not just filmmaking, but in our way of life, someone would be like, oh, we don't have to film action scenes anymore. Practically, we just have to use AI. This movie is almost 100 years old, and it stands the test of time because they shot actual action scenes like this practically with real airplanes. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. There's also the whole story about how this movie was in development hell because the movie was shot as a silent film, then it was shot as a actual talkie movie, and there's a lot of controversy that I think went on to the making of this film. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. A really interesting look into film history, and if you're a person who is like a film historian or you want to get into watching more older movies, you might want to pick up Hell's Angels on the Criterion. Like I said, I've never seen this movie before, but I'm really looking forward to watching it. Now, the next movie I have is a movie that is from a very iconic director, and he passed away a few years ago, rest in peace, but the director is William Friedkin, and the film that I bought that is on the Criterion is Sorcerer. 4K, I believe it has Roy Scheider, who I mostly know as being the actor in Jaws. But yeah, Sorcerer, I've never seen this movie. I know it's a remake, and I know it has a tense sequence involving this vehicle right here. I love the artwork. I like how the vehicle looks almost like, I don't know, some demonic animal or something. I don't really know what to say other than I want to really get more into watching William Friedkin's films. This is one of his better films from what I hear. I also need to watch Live and Die in LA. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but I've been wanting to buy this for quite a while. I wanted to buy it last year, but I didn't, so I'm glad I bought it this year. And yeah, it's the 4K collector's box set. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Don't really have much to say about the movie other than I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I really want to get more into William Friedkin's work. So yeah, that's why I bought Sorcerer. Now, the next two movies I'm going to show you are movies that I've seen before, and I actually do own different versions of them, but I decided to upgrade. And the first one I got is A History of Violence. It is a David Cronenberg film starring Viggo Mortensen. When this movie came out, I remember seeing the preview, and to me, Viggo Mortensen I mean, he is pretty much known as Aragon. That is the character that he is mostly going to be known for playing. But Viggo Mortensen is to me, he's a critically underrated actor, as in he's an actor who transforms into his characters. He's just not in as many movies as I think he should be. There's so many great filmmakers or great roles I think Viggo Mortensen should be chosen to play, but for some reason, maybe he just likes doing his own thing. I don't think Viggo Mortensen likes going to be in the spotlight, but when he's in a movie, I'm curious to watch it. So yeah, A History of Violence came out, like 21 years ago, came out back in 2005. I believe this is also an adaptation of a comic book. I could be wrong, but I do believe that is what this movie is. It's an adaptation of a comic book, and I do like the cover art, which is pretty cool. Very interesting and artsy. But basically what this movie is a dark thriller, a crime movie, got some great actors. Of course, you got Viggo Mortensen, you also got Ed Harris, and a bunch of other great actors that are in this movie. It's a really cool, badass thriller, has some great action scenes. The use of gore in this movie is actually very impressive. David Cronenberg is one of the legendary filmmakers when it comes to gore. You know, he made movies like Scanners, The Brood, The Fly. He's made some iconic gory movies. And this movie isn't like a horror movie, but the use of practical gun effects in this movie, I just love. That's all I'm going to say. David Cronenberg is a great filmmaker. I don't really like all of his movies, and I haven't even seen any of his most recent works, but this is definitely one of my favorite of his. This and Eastern Promises, also starring Viggo Mortensen, super underrated crime film. So yeah, History of Violence and Eastern Promises, great movies. Can't wait to get Eastern Promises. There's no 4K. There's no Criterion, but I know there's like a Shout Factory 4K somewhere. But yeah, great movie, and I've seen it before. Now here's another one that I wanted to buy last year, but anytime I went to Barnes & Noble's, it was always sold out. I finally got it, and it is the iconic last movie directed by Stanley Kubrick, and that is Eyes Wide Shut. Starring Nicole Kidman, starring Tom Cruise, and a bunch of other great character actors that are in this movie. This was the last movie that Stanley Kubrick directed, of course. I remember when I first got into Stanley Kubrick, you know, he was praised for making all these great iconic films, like 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket. But, you know, when I started discovering Stanley Kubrick, which was around 2010, there wasn't really that much talk about Eyes Wide Shut, and that's why I never really got around to seeing it. I gotta say, now that it's like 2026, my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies personally are probably Barry Lyndon, and Eyes Wide Shut might be up there. But like 15 years ago, people always praised The Clockwork Orange, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I feel like movies like Barry Lyndon was considered a boring movie to some people. And Eyes Wide Shut was just considered like this dumb, stupid, boring sex thriller that didn't deliver any thrills or any sex. But now, like I said, it's 2026, and this movie has been analyzed by so many different people, and there's so many interesting and great conspiracy theories about the making of this movie. You know, apparently Stanley Kubrick wanted to show the public something that was going to change things, and he might have low-key been, I don't know, unalived by people. This is all a conspiracy theory. There's a lot of hidden lore. There's a lot of hidden meaning and subtext that is layered in this movie. How old is this movie now? It came out back in 1999. It's now 2026, and this movie is now being like regarded as a really important work of art that is also a part of Stanley Kubrick's catalog. There is also some controversy about the 4K scan in this movie because it looks so drastically different compared to the Blu-ray, but I don't care. I've seen images of 4K scan and I actually like it, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. This movie is also a Christmas movie. It's right now, it's summertime, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch it anytime soon. I might save this for the holiday season. And I know I told myself I could have just waited to buy this during Christmas, but I've been wanting to buy this. This buy I've been wanting to buy for quite some time now. Alright, so in conclusion, I think I've been rambling a lot during the making of this video, but I hope this video was fun and entertaining for whoever's watching this. But yeah, these are the Criterions that I've bought in so far during the month of July. And there's a few other movies that I want to buy. You know, there's films that I did want to get. I wanted to get the Barry Lyndon 4K. I wanted to get Killers of the Flower Moon on 4K, but I decided to get these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy a few more Criterions during this month, but yeah, I'm going to try to be careful, of course. I don't want to buy, you know, I don't want to spend like $200, $300 in one day on movies right now. So I spent, you know, right now it's a Criterion sale, so I spent like basically $100 on each of these movies. They're all 4Ks, and I'm looking forward to watching these, and yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. More videos will be coming out very soon, and yeah, have a great day, watch a movie, and be safe.